Hi, what up, YouTube? This is No Cap, No Filter. I'm your host, Molly G, back at y'all another episode of Run It With You. And we got to run it about this reaction I'm about to get into, man. I've been seeing this little clip floating around. I ain't really look at it fully. I probably just caught like a few seconds of it, but I said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and react to this later on. And here we are, man. It's this lesbian teacher, stud teacher, very young looking teacher. She's been terminated from her place of work at school. I believe she's a substitute teacher, and she feel like she was discriminated against. But we're gonna go ahead on and check it out and just react to it in real time. Let's get into it, man. Without further ado. Uh,
As you guys may know, I am the substitute that was recently fired from teaching because of my TikTok. It's honestly so sad how sick the world is that you guys automatically mischaracterize me fully. Damn, shorty. Sheesh. Man, I gotta get up out these school kids trying to take me down, man. Then I look so young. So I look like one of them. Yeah. We got a new hustle unlocked. I'm a school teacher now, little bro.
all right. First of all, it's funny that this teacher even get hired. Like, is this the DEI stuff? Is this the is this the DIE stuff? Whatever it is called. But yeah, man. Just the fact that they hired her, it shows maybe they trying to be open, or it shows that it's a lack of teachers that's just trying to work anymore. And a lot of teachers these days, bro, they trying to blend in with the students way too much. Though it's too hard to differentiate, students between teachers. Back in the day, it wasn't really that hard, but now you got women trying to get BBLs, trying to get their body done, trying to keep up with the young girls. You got, studs. They trying to do anything they can to just trying to, look like they still keep the youth, and then you got the men, they trying to blend in with the YNs, or they just trying to, be on that just super, super cool. But the first thing I noticed that she said was, "Damn, shorty, I know I'm looking young. These girls gonna try to take me down." What's that insinuating? It comes to a point where you just gotta have the awareness. You gotta have the way you carry yourself. It's certain stuff that you can't. It's a thin line, and you don't want them lines to get blurred. Like, what if that person mother heard that? What if that person dad heard that? And they just know their daughter is in a school with a substitute teacher that's saying, "Damn, shorty," from a substitute teacher looking at them up and down. And "damn shorty" usually mean, it insinuates that, damn, you looking good, but, you know, I can't, you know what I'm saying? She said, "Damn shorty, sheesh." Now I don't know. She probably was saying, "Damn shorty, you looking at me all in my grill." But at the same time, you don't want to have any room on the table for lines to get blurred like that. And just the fact that you up in there trying to dress like them and all this and all that, you giving people room for them to think that. Let's continue.
Let's get the day rolling. Who would have ever thought?
Her breakfast alone, you could tell she loved her attention. And that's another thing. People gotta stop recording everything. Everything ain't meant for the internet. This recording, your daily job duties, it ain't for every single job. It ain't for jobs in the hospital. It ain't for jobs in, you know, teachers where they working around kids. A lot of these kids probably wouldn't even get consent from their parents to be on camera. You know, like, everything ain't meant to be recorded. I know we in this digital world and people just trying to normalize everything, but everything ain't meant. And this how you get caught up. And you could tell she liked the attention. She liked that she looked young and she get complimented on that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody want to keep their youth, but keep your youth, but at the same time, look the part. You trying to look like you still young. I don't know how even old this person is, but the fact that she had little bitty snacks alone coming into work like that without having stuff prepackaged in like a plastic container, that says a lot.
Today was really a breeze. My kids ain't had to do too much, man. I really, to be honest, I let them do whatever they want to do. Yes, I'm that type of teacher.
To be honest, I let them do what they want to do.
Took me a little lunch break. Yeah, they got it going on at this joint. They stay bound. Okay, then. Damn, shorty. Sheesh. Man, I gotta get up out these school kids trying to take me down, man. Then I look so young. So I look like one of them. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. You know, my little free time, I had to go out there and give me some little content, little fit check. Really just a chill fit today. Cause y'all know if it was up to me, I would have been rough fine head to toe. Y'all know I ain't lying. But they did have a pep rally and came clutch. And that was the typical day. Did not have a class. I had nothing but free time. Aside from the body cam that was already recording, everything else was recorded when I was alone. And as I explained to Lake Corma when I first arrived, this was my very first time subbing ever. I had absolutely no idea that I couldn't record students, or else I definitely wouldn't have done it. I truly would have honestly recorded myself if I knew it was an issue with recording students. I went on TikTok before I worked, and that's what I seen. I am by far no predator or anything close to it. That is insane for they even to be put onto me. I truly just thought I was doing something good for the youth. Like, honestly, and I was enjoying.
All right, she said she thought she was doing something good for the youth, but you said you let the youth do what they want. I mean, it's a difference between being a cool teacher, letting kids do what they want, and being a cool teacher and actually helping kids with work and getting these kids to excel. Like this is another problem that's wrong with the school system, especially the public school system. Kids ain't learning. The best teachers are the ones who cool, but at the same time, you're gonna learn something in a class because they're gonna make learning fun. Do I think this woman, is, you know, uh, you know, being a predator and all this with kids? No, I don't necessarily. I honestly think she said damn shorty because she was all in her grill. Like that just how certain people talk. Like if you from a certain area, you're just going to understand lingo and you're going to understand the context of which is in use and the manner is which is in use and the time in which is in use. Is it just certain ebonics that you're just going to pick up on and you're going to know and you're going to be able to differentiate. And I honestly do believe that she was just saying damn sure because the girl was all up in her grill. But at the same time, why wouldn't she not be all up in your grill if you got a camera and you recording, B, you dressing young, so you looking just as young as them. So it's kind of confusing to, well, they don't really, they kind of trying to see like, damn, is this a teacher? Is this a student? Like, I ain't never seen them before. Like, so you're going to get those type of looks. All I can say is don't leave room for that to be an issue. Don't have no lines blurred. Don't bring your camera and be recording. Look the part. I ain't saying you got to come up in there with a full tuxedo every day, but we know what's a certain look that the kids are doing, and we know what's a certain look that a professional, a person in a profession of teaching should be doing. Just like the lady with the BBL where she was wearing certain outfits to school. It's just uncalled for. Um, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. I do think if one of them little 18-year-olds was to try to sneak off and do something, try to make a move, I don't know if she probably would turn it down. I don't know, because like I don't even know how old she is. But all I can say is, man, y'all got to be careful. You got to be careful, bro, because it could mess up your livelihood. Now, I do know one thing about these content creators. They know uh all publicity is good publicity. So I'm pretty sure she got an influx of followers just off this as alone. And she wasn't nothing but a substitute teacher. So it ain't like that's just going to derail her whole life. She was just doing nothing but chilling up in there anyway. So I don't really think she just took too much passion and pride and joy in her job anyway.
I wasn't going to make a video, but I've been receiving an awful amount of hate. I feel like it was necessary for me to clear my name up. I truly do apologize for how it may seem, but my slang and terminology is much different than yours. But none of the kids knew they were being recorded at any point. And I do apologize for this once again. I truly do, but I had no idea this was prohibited. I assure you that it would have not been posted. What I meant by shorter in the terminology, the kids were going to take me down were absolutely not what you guys took them as. Those kids were smaller than me, shorter than me, younger than me. They are shorties. They are young. That absolutely means nothing with flirting. My terminology is much different from you guys. So I said the kids were going to take me down, as in a phrase of the kids all together. That absolutely did not mean anything sexual. That is sick to even think of that. I am a content creator. I am known. The kids knew me. They were supporters of mine. So I say the kids were going to take me down. It means as the same way that supporters do anybody else that they support. I'm no different from them. I handle myself more than properly. I do have a fan base. I do have supporters. I do have people that know me. Those kids already have.
Now I don't know what she mean by take me down, but from when people use that word take me down, they mean like ain't gonna fuck them. That's what take you down mean, just like when Glorilla said, I can't fuck with her. I took her nigga down before. Like take me down is mean you fuck them. So, and that's another thing. Different terminology mean different things in different areas. You know, uh, you could call somebody a bitch in New Orleans, and that could be a term of endearment, but at the same time, it could be a term of being disrespectful. So it's all could be blurred lines, bro. But like I said, you don't want to give nobody the space to even have ammunition or have those thoughts, you know. So, you know, so the way she explaining it right now and trying to clear it up, I don't really think she's doing a justifiable job at it, you know. But at the end of the day, her best defense is if I'm doing something bad, why would I post this on my internet? And I could see if I had this and I was getting recorded and I didn't know I was getting recorded. But for me to be recording and using it as my own content and posting it, why would I just do something to incriminate myself like that? So obviously, you know, I'm saying something that y'all taking out of context. That's our best defense.
That knew me previously. It was several kids coming up to me trying to see, am I that person? That's what I meant by take me down, all hassling me at once is what I meant. Absolutely didn't mean anything sexual from kids. That is sick. Those are kids, so they see me as somebody famous. They were all entouraging me at one time. That's what I meant. I find it sick that you guys would assume.
And that's another thing, man. These content creators, they trying to straddle the fence between content creators and working regular 9 to 5 jobs. And then eventually, once they content creation takes them off to where they don't need their 9 to 5 job, then they just leave their 9 to 5 job. But if you just want to be a content creator, just go ahead on and just be a full-time content creator and just get paid off your content and work your way up. Especially if your 9 to 5 is kind of hindering you, because eventually the two ain't gonna be able to coexist depending on the type of 9 to 5 you doing and if you're trying to record content within that 9 to 5 hours. But that's all I can say about this situation. What you guys think down below? Let me know in the comment section. If you got anything that you would like me to speak on, go ahead on and hit up the email nocapnofilter7@gmail.com. If you have any type of video that you would like to see me react to, I will really appreciate that. Hit up the email nocapnofilter7@gmail.com. Until next time, I'm out. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you ain't already.